cruise ship that's linked to the deadly hantavirus outbreak. They have landed back here in the United States.
So they're now being taken to the National Quarantine Center in Omaha, where they're going to be monitored for symptoms.
Alex Hogan joins us with the latest on this story. Hey, Alex.
Hi, Lawrence, Brian, and Ainsley. So as these travelers make their way to homes in countries, more than 20 countries around the world, their respective medical teams are addressing how to contain the virus. As of this morning, a French passenger and American passenger have tested positive. Another American currently has mild symptoms. These 17 Americans are now back on U.S. soil as of this morning. 2 of them traveled in the plane's biocontainment unit. Each individual will undergo clinical assessment and receive care based on their conditions. That's according to the Department of Health and Human Services. And if you're thinking this all feels like 2020 all over again, doctors address those concerns.
We have a team on the ground that's going to help these 17 Americans, bring them back to a facility in Nebraska. We're going to have them isolate for about 42 days. That's what the literature says. We've handled outbreaks like this before. My message to the American people is, please don't worry. This is not one of those things like COVID where there's 15 different alarm bells.
Currently, there are 6 states monitoring people who have traveled on that ship recently. The passengers who disembarked yesterday in the Spanish Canary Islands were sprayed with a disinfectant. They were met with personnel that you can see there in this footage with full hazmat gear. Experts believe that the initial infection happened before passengers began the trip.
This is for my American friends. Let me put you onto something real quick. I was 2 days old when I realized I've been doing
trip at the beginning of April in Argentina, likely from rodent exposure during a land excursion in Patagonia. The hantavirus is contracted typically with contact of rodent urine, feces, or saliva, and 3 people have died since this outbreak began. What a tragic and traumatic end for a trip for these roughly 150 people who were on board.
And we're starting with a Fox News